In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I secured a $600 per lead pay-per-lead client for my agency and how this is going to make me tens or maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars over the coming years. Now, this is the Stripe account of this client, and there's two important dates here. There's January 25th, August 29th. On Jan 25, I billed them $1,250 plus tax. On August 29th, which is today, I billed them $3,000 plus tax. We're going to start with the timeline. We have Jan 25 here, and we have August 29th here. Now, on Jan 25, I met this client through a referral. This client offers steel detailing services, which is a business where when a big construction project is being developed, you have the structural engineer, you have the architect, and the steel detailer actually figures out how all the beams and the structures are going to connect. They figure out how many bolts are needed. And these are often hundreds of thousands of dollars in service fees for a big job. Let's just say they're building a stadium. So for my client, they're targeting basically all of North America with this service. Now, we've worked with industrial markets before. We've worked with companies selling steel and aluminum. So I pitched this company a pay-per-lead arrangement where we would charge them $250 per lead. I asked them to prepay for 5 leads for a total of $1,250. And my goal was to get the leads at $125 per lead. Now, what happened here was I put my first Google Ads manager on the job. This is one of my team members. And I told her, we got to get leads for this client at about $125 per lead. And for about a month and a half, she worked on this. Let's just say we're at March 12 now. Now, the result was about $1,000 per lead. So at this point, I'm at negative $1,000. So I asked her to stop, and I give it to another one of my Google Ads managers. Fast forward another month and a half, we're at May 1st. The second ads manager spent another $1,000 and gets 0 relevant leads. Now, at this point, I'm down $2,000 in ad spend, and I'm probably down around $800 in salary costs because I also have to pay these ads managers for their time. So at this point, I've collected $1,250 and I've invested $2,800. So I'm at a net loss of about $1,550. And at this point, I really thought about cutting my losses and simply telling the client, hey, we can't figure this out. Let's just end on good terms. But if I did this, I would have to refund that client their $1,250. If we don't get you any leads, we're going to refund the money because it's a pay-per-lead arrangement. And I thought about it. Now, there was a third Google Ads manager that I work with that I could test on this project. And in the end, I decided to double down and go for it again. And this would increase my risk of losing more money. But I knew that if we cracked this code for the steel detailing industry, we could really scale this vertical in our business. Because I saw other steel detailing companies running Google Ads. And if I see competitors running Google Ads, that tells me it's possible to do so profitably because they would not continue running the ads if they weren't making money on the ads. So I knew it was possible, and I tried my third Google Ads manager on this project. So here we have the third Google Ads manager on the job. Again, we spent $1,000 with very little results, and I paid another approximately $800 in salary. So I'm now at a net loss of $3,300. And what's worse is that if we don't get leads, I need to refund the client their initial $1,250, which really brings this net loss up to almost $5,000. So I'm not happy at this point. And this brings us to about July 1. And again, I thought about stopping, but decided to give it one more shot. I talked to the third Google Ads manager. We adjusted our strategy and fine-tuned the targeting and the search terms slightly. And I saw the first evidence of improvement. We got 4 leads. Now, the cost per lead here was about $400 to $500. So today, I had a meeting with the client, and this was my pitch. We got the leads. We cracked the code on how to get leads in this specific niche. It cost us more than we thought per lead. We can go forward with you, but we need to charge you $600 per lead and pre-charge you for another 5. And now I got to talking with this client and started asking them, trying to get the information of how much is each of these potential customers worth to you. And they hadn't yet closed any of the first 5 relevant leads into new customers. But as we got to talking, I learned that the lifetime value for them of a new customer in the steel detailing industry was about $500,000. And when I heard that, I knew I had all the leverage I needed to close this deal with the client. And at that point too, what I had learned is that yes, we had invested $5,000, we had lost some money, but now we have a system to generate leads that are potentially worth $500,000 in a specific niche, and we can generate those leads at $400 to $500 of ad spend. So regardless of what this client said, I knew I could contact other businesses in that industry and sell them these leads because they're so valuable. And it took us 6 months of optimization to crack this code with 3 different Google Ads managers. So in the end, the client agreed to $600 a lead, prepaid $3,000 for an additional 5 leads, and we're moving forward. And what's more is that now that we have cracked the code, we can very likely get our cost per lead down to about $300 per lead. So we'll be earning a 50% margin on the leads. That's my intention. But this was the upfront work needed to crack the code in this industry. And I know for a fact, once this client closes one of these customers, they're going to be working with us for years into the future. So as I grow my agency, I'm more and more open to these types of arrangements where we need to invest more money and energy up front. But if it works, it's going to be tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future. And we have now cracked the code in this industry that is essentially a new cash cow for us. So when I think about the agency space right now, so many people are stuck in this mindset of charging a retainer, charging an ad spend, following these templated cookie cutter approaches that are taught in all the courses. And what I've learned is that by having a unique approach, I can differentiate myself compared to all the other thousands of agencies competing for these clients right now. Now, if you want my advice on how to get your first client, how to get your agency off the ground, watch this video right here where I break that down from step A to Z, and it's much simpler and more focused than most people think it is. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.